Welcome back. You're still tuned into Trading Hour. Let's talk about the primary market action. Jain Resource Recycling made its D Street debut with a good listing. The company, the stock listed at 265 rupees versus the issue price of 232 rupees a share, which is a 14% premium. Kamlesh Jain, who is the chairman and managing director at the company, is joining us now to discuss more and the outlook going forward as well. Mr. Jain, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Now that you've listed, you will be able to give us forward-looking statements and tell us more about your plans as well. You did revenues of around 7,100 crore rupees in FY25, margins of around 5%, profits of around 223 crores. With the expansion plans in place, with the increased capacity utilization, what kind of numbers are you looking at in the next two fiscals?
Yeah, thank you. So we are definitely looking for a robust expansion plan, and already, as we have discussed last time, for the copper cathode, which is going to start from the next year, and value products of copper. And we are also going to enter in many areas of recycling, like tire recycling, e-waste recycling. So company has got a robust plan for next 2 years to grow in the recycling sector, which is the main forte for us. And recycling is going to be a huge opportunity for the this next 20 years. Will grow and grow. It is not like business. It's a compulsion to recycle if we have to live the life on this planet.
Mr. Jain, good morning. Thank you for joining in. Congratulations, first up, becoming a public company today. Now that you are operating at utilization levels of 75% and considering the projections that you are making, are you having any capacity expansion plans on the anvil?
Of course. So we always keep a 20% capacity extra to grow. In our business, it is always purchase order book matter than the sales order. Sales is always there for us. There is no problem for doing sale because it's a commodity what we manufacture, and so the base raw material for any downstream project like copper manufacturing of tube or sheets or battery manufacturing. So in whatever we are able to source, we can recycle and we can sell. So that's a circular economy solution. Our purchase book matter, so we keep 20% capacity extra. Once it gets full up, we again build up 20% capacity extra. So this year again we have created around 25% capacity extra to cover up the future raw material.
Mr. Jain, I just want to understand, how does pricing work in this case? Because I've had conversations with some battery recyclers. They've spoken about that maybe the scrap prices go down sometimes the output prices go down. Is it volatile for you as well? In that case, how do you ensure maintenance of margins and profitability?
So we have a strong and robust mechanism for hedging all our purchase and sale. Our margins are not at all get affected, and it has been completely locked from day one when we purchase the material. So we hedge in MCX, hedge in London Metal Exchange, and sometime in COMEX also. As we buy 24 hours round the clock purchase, so round the clock we hedge back to back with every apple to apple. So there is no risk for any variation in the price and the margins, the profit margins. We are above the risk factors of price movements of the base metal commodities.
Mr. Jain, the last time you spoke to us, you had mentioned that exports are 60% of your overall business. If you could quantify that for us as to how much of it goes to the US market, and what are the situations that you are facing from there currently, and going forward, do you expect to either maintain, bring down or increase the share of exports as a part of your overall mix?
So first of all, we don't export to US at all. Our export is zero to US market because commodities we sold in all in Southeast Asia, Korea, Japan, China, Singapore, Malaysia, all in Southeast market and somewhat in Middle East market, but mainly in Southeast Asia market, where the freight cost also is almost zero for us to ship from Chennai to all these countries. Now, second point is we buy from US. So we don't sell to US, we buy a lot from US, around 17% last year purchase. And this year also we buy substantially, but our domestic purchase is going very big now. So come back to the US side, we have no effect of tariff war or anything going. And this kind of I will not call garbage, but this kind of scrap and recyclable resources, every country has to export to India only because of the India's USP, because of India's ecosystem for recycling. So Indian companies are doing very well in the recycling sector, and they will grow more and more.
Also, maybe because we don't segregate enough, and that's why some of the waste cannot be recycled also. Mr. Jain also wanted to understand the point on growth going forward. 5% margins currently, 5.2 to be precise for FY25, 7,125 crores in terms of top line. What kind of growth are you envisaging, considering that you're saying this is a business which would continue to see growth?
As I said, recycling is not a business where it is by choice. It is by compulsion. We have to recycle if we want to live the life on planet. I mean, whether it's domestic or it's overseas. And what we do is not typical waste to energy or typical waste management. What we do is very different type of recycling. These are recyclable resources.
Yes. So, Mr. Jain, in that case, what kind of growth will you see?
So definitely the growth is, we are growing last so many years around 30-40% CAGR, and I expect same level of growth for the next years to come, and it will be maintained on a strong growth path. I can't tell exact numbers, but I am sure that the company will be growing for the years to come.
And margins, will they improve? They've improved from 4.1 to 5.2%. Will that trajectory continue as well?
Yeah. Yes, in this business of recycling, the scale is more important. So once you grow the scale, the cost of production goes down, the fixed overheads goes down, and that way the margin goes up. So when you do, our top line goes up, I am sure our bottom line margin will also go up because of the cost will go down.
Right, Mr. Jain, thank you so much for sparing time and joining us. Congratulations on your listing once again, and we look forward to having you after your quarterly results as well. The management there of Jain Resource, and bucking the trend, if you could call it that, among the list of IPOs that have gone public, have listed recently 20% higher in comparison to the issue price. By the way, the index is now at the highest point of the day. The Nifty now 120 points higher at 24,730, and all credit to the Nifty Bank. In fact, now heading to the 24,750 mark now is the Nifty, building on to those gains, and credit to the Nifty Bank, and it's back above that mark of 55,000, building on to that as well. 55,300 is the first level now to watch for on the upside. 600 points higher on the Nifty Bank after the slew of measures announced by the RBI governor. Take a short break, more on the markets on the other side.